Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here. It's a beautiful sunny day in southeastern Manitoba. It is currently minus 10 Celsius with a minus 14 wind chill factor, and it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit with a 3-degree wind chill factor. So definitely our days are warming up. Today I'm going to show how I make paper clips, my altered paper clips. But before I do that, the last video I did was on the day 3 accordion envelope folders that I do. So I just want to do a quick rundown of what I have done for days 4, 5, and 6. So from finding out from doing the accordion folders that I was out of my crocheted strings that I do for closing those kinds of things, day 4, I did a bunch of little bits of crochet with beads on the end. So I've got dangles and wraps. Hi, Kellyanne. How are you, hon? So I did little crochet strings to use on various things. Day 5, I used the dreaded paint chips, and I painted some corner tucks. I'm doing good. Hiding from the cold. It's not that cold out. I'm procrastinating because I have to go grocery shopping. So I'm glad that you're soon okay. You're so okay. I'm glad you're here. Auto corrupt, right? And then for day 6, I did little origami cups and envelopes. And the reason I like the origami stuff to put in my journals is this is a cup. So that would be folded down normally, and this would be opened. So it'd be like a little cup. But what I'm going to do is I am going to glue it down on the page like this. And I've tucked the front one in so that they can unfold it, and then they've got a whole page to write on. So then I just tuck the front in to where it's folded over. So that's why I like doing the origami cups. Actually, I just learned how to do these on Sunday. My sister-in-law taught me, but I've been doing the envelopes forever. So again, I would just glue down the back, and then they've got the entire page to write on in their journals. So that was days 4, 5, and 6. Today is day 7. We're going to do altered paper clips. So I do mine in various different ways. I have a collection. This one was just done on a tag, and part of it's hidden the way you would just do any other altered paper clip. This one is a sideways clip. Again, part of it's out, part of it's not. So this one I would use on the side and have that as a dangle down. This paper clip is a buried paper clip. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of these. I will show how to do them. Just because it's not my preference doesn't mean it isn't somebody else's preference. Then, of course, you've got the paper clips where you just do the little wrap and have it hanging down with some decoration on it. This one is like the other one that I'm not a big fan of. It's totally hidden. Again, this is, partially out. This is another hanging one. This one, again, is a hidden one. This paper clip is just wrapped. Thanks, Kellyanne. Am I going too fast? This one is a wrapped paper clip so that I like it having on the end, and then I like doing a sequiny bead kind of a dangle. I'm all about the dangles. And then this one has no dangles, and it would definitely go on the top of a page. I'm very excited for tomorrow afternoon. if anybody else is here, I'm going to mention again later, Kellyanne and I are going to do a combined live on her channel tomorrow. I have put her address in my description box below, and I'm going to be showing some basic crochet stitches. So this one would just go on the top of a page because that's the way the paper clip goes. So that's something you need to be cognizant of how you put the paper clip in for where it's going to go on the page. Now this one is pretty heavy. So if it was on just a single piece of copy paper like this. Hi, Anne. Oh, you're not late. Oh, an omelet to your daughter. Sounds good to me. So this page is just regular copy paper. If you're using a thinner paper, a heavier paper clip will bend the page. You have to be cognizant of that. So although some of these aren't very heavy, some of them really are too heavy for a regular page. What I'm going to focus on is doing paper clips. This is one of the pages for the journal I'm doing for Defy. So it's got flip out and a couple of text spots. But because I'm doing the pages florally, I would like to make some floral type paper clips today. But I'm going to show you how I do each of the different ones. So I have a box of blanks. I make up blanks because it just makes it easier that if I've got them, I can just build on them, and it's much easier than waiting for glue to dry. So I have 2-inch circle blanks. They're already backed, so I just have to work on the fronts. I have the kind that you wrap around the paper clip so that it goes on the page sideways, and then it goes on the page sideways, and it just kind of hangs down a little bit or a lot, depending how you look at it. I like these kind of blanks. It's a smaller paper clip. Again, it hangs over the side. I just use the tops of the paint chips because that's going to be my skeleton for what I'm doing. I've got lots of those. And I guess I don't have any of the wrapped ones or the other ones. Again, I've got lots of blanks that I can use. So I'm going to show you how I do the blanks, and then I'm going to build a paper clip. Remove those. So clips, as you should know, come in various sizes. There are the itty bitty ones. These are actually much nicer on a tag. They don't hold too much stuff, but they make really delicate, pretty decoration. Then you have the 1-inch paper clips. They hold a little bit more, but if you're going for a big bang kind of thing, these big ones are definitely the way to go. So to do these various paper clips, I just put that blue piece of paper over here. So I'm going to show you how the buried ones go first. I'm just going to tear this paper. This, as I say, this is just copy paper. I bought a package of 500 sheets of it because I needed blue paper for a journal I was working on. And now I've got all this blue paper, so it's going to be what it is going to be. So you're going to figure out how big to do it. If it's a big paper clip like this, you just fold over the edge. You need it folded, and you cut it. So then you've got just a folded piece of paper. Yay for folded papers. Sorry. So then you're just going to slip your paper clips on, just like this, leaving some space between. Then you're going to glue this up. I'm going to use the Dread glue stick because we want fast results here. Got to kind of get between them as well, like between the things, definitely along the bottoms and the edges. Top's not quite as crunch as the edges and sides. So then you're going to take a piece of paper. Hi, Dawn. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. Welcome here today. We're doing altered paper clips. So I'm just showing how to do the absolutely buried ones. And then you're going to glue this page down and make sure you get between the paper clips. So there's a folded up sheet in the middle. And then this would, if I had thought about it and measured it, would go totally over the other side, but that's okay. I'm just going to cut it around the paper clips because I didn't fold the sheet over because I didn't measure. There we go. You must measure. So now one side is totally encased. And I'm just going to take this paper and I'm just going to go right over the whole thing again. Well, I'll go halfway on this side. So we'll put the glue stick down, do the glue. If I am going too fast or you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So then I'm just going to do this. Line it up pretty good. Definitely make sure the bottom, the edges. Oh, nice. And like I say, because I didn't measure, I'm going to have to do this, which is going to add more bulk. But you know what? For what I'm kind of planning on doing, and then I'm going to cut it so that's like halfway down the paper clip. If I had measured properly, that would have just been all one piece that wrapped around and you wouldn't be futzing like this. But no, I didn't. I didn't measure. I admit it. So now I get to improvise and do it this way. Okay. So you just make sure that's pressed down. So what I'm going to do then is have this. It doesn't matter if it's the back or the front because it looks good because it's covered, right? Thanks. I will get into the little bits a little bit more when we're building the clips. So then when you've got it like this, you make sure the edges are nice and tight. You'll trim off the edge, and then you're just going to cut between the paper clips. And there you have paper clips. Let's take this page that I'm doing for the journal. So the paper clip is totally encased, absolutely buried between these papers. So then you have quite a big footprint from this paper clip to work on. So that's when I do ones. Didn't I just have them? I threw them over here. No, over here. So that would be, no, it's not even there. Something like this. When you've got a much bigger paper clip, you've got more area to work on. So you could do these in various sizes, big ones, little ones. Make up some blanks, use them, whenever you need to. So those are totally encased, right? Like you can't see any paper clip, but it goes on both sides of the paper. So you could decorate both sides. It's totally up to you. So then these ones, I have one, this one. Many people wrap their paper clip with fabric. You can use fabric. It's a printer paper, Anne. It's just a blue copy paper, but it's not as thin as the no-name stuff, but it's still pretty darn thin. It's just that I've got lots of it, so I use it for whatever. So a lot of people use fabric, papers, whatever you've got. This is a piece of a jelly print, but again, I'm just going to use the blue paper because I've got it, and it's just to show you how it's done. So the long side, doing it this way, it's the long side that gets covered. It gives you more to work on. So then you just take your paper and you stick it, the paper clip on, like you normally would a paper clip. You cut it at the edge of the paper clip, and then you just fold these sides in and glue them down. And there's your basis for the long paper clips. Of course, if you want to have a bit of a dangle on, you can have it there. You do want to glue it in the middle so that the paper sticks and holds it down, so it's not going to come sliding out on you. Now I have an edge, a bit of a thing, so that when it goes on the page, you can have that little bit hang off and have a dangle on there. So again, you just make sure it's glued. You can trim it round to match the paper clip, which is always kind of cute. And there you have another blank to work with. So the way these ones work is just the way you would normally do, like, I just find them the easiest way to do these. Take your paper and you put your paper clip on it. And I think I'm going to want the outside as the back. And then I'm just going to take a piece of decorative paper. Let's just pretend this is the size I want. Oh, look. I didn't think. It's gonna be one of those days. One of those days. So have if you're gonna have the long side out, make sure that you cut enough and give yourself a bit of space around it. And then you're just going to take a piece of scrap and you're going to make sure it's all glued very nicely. Again, in between the bits. I did it backwards because I was going to have the long side out. That's fine. Then it's just the way it is. And then you just put it down on. So this blue side is going to be my back. Hi, Miriam. Welcome, welcome. So then the green paper clip sticking out, this side is going to be the side that you use for decorating. So again, as I say, I do circles, I do rectangles, I have these clusters, and I will use those as the front and then build from there. Limited by your imagination. You can use any paper cardstock you've got. Just remember, if it's a lighter paper, then you're not going to want to load it up too heavy. And if you make it too heavy, you have to make sure the page that you're putting it on can accept the weight of it. Okay, so let's decorate some paper clips. I've got these ones, the hidden ones, and this one. These ones I find a bit of a challenge. They're a lot of fun. You could do a lot of things with them. One nice thing to do, I'll be honest with you, I like to do that, is take a hole punch and punch a hole down by the bottom. Are you going to work because you've got paper clip in there? No, you're not. You've done it before. Do it, do it, do it. There we go, wrong side. So I punch a hole in this side, and then I can have a bit of a dangle off each end. I can use a bulb pin and do a dangle there, and this side I can have a larger dangle because it'll be hanging over the edge. If you want this to be on the top of a page, right? Like if you've got your page and you want your paper clip to be on the top, then you could do what I think is really, really cute, and I don't have any here because I've used them all, is I do a little fence, and then I do somebody looking over the fence. I also do bookmarks like that, where half of it's on one side of the page and half's the other, almost like Wilson from, what was that show? Tim Allen, Tool Time? Yeah. So I would have like just little eyes and head peeking over, almost like a Kilroy was here. They're so cute at the top of a page in a journal. And then the fence, and yeah. So to decorate something like this, let's take a little bit of, look, I ran paint chips through the embossing folders. Sorry, had to show you that. I enjoy it. I think I want a little piece of lace for in there because it's a feminine kind of journal. Little bit of, so I've got a little bit of lace, a little bit of florally fabric. So because it's just going in the middle of that, I'm just taking a piece about this size, not very big. They were from an interior decorator. Like it was a whole kit, and I have so many of them, and I am trying to use them up. That's why I did those painted corner tucks the other day. I'm just trying to use them. Just trying to use them. Yep, they're pretty big. So because I'm using lace, I don't use glue stick. I've got the husband to put some of my Elmer's glue into here for me because I really miss having my little things. I think under this, I'm going to put some of the floral fabric. And I'm not too worried about the way it's going to go, right? Like they're paper clips. So I work in the middle, right? Because that's where it is. The paper. I'll put a little bit of lace on top. And since I want florals, because it's a floral journal, I have a bin of pressed paper flowers that I did. I don't know if you see that. Can you see that? I have silicone molds, and I just do pressed paper. Focus. Is it going to focus? Not really. So anyway, I've got a whole bunch of pressed paper flowers that I'm going to use. I didn't stain them or dye them with anything. So I spritzed one with my imitation alcohol ink that I made. I'm concerned with it being the pressed paper that it would be really, really soft because the way I do it, it's just paper and water, but it's pressed really tight. Um, it seemed to hold together without mucking up the molding. The only thing, I didn't trim them because I didn't know what I was doing with them if you want to see how to do these, the very, very first video I ever did years ago, it's in there. The very first video I did. They're very simple to make. All you need are those silicone molds, a stiff brush, some water, and toilet paper. Single ply toilet paper. So I could put this on there. That would be kind of cute. Yes, no? The only thing with these is they're pretty thick. I'm going to put it on here anyway, but I think I'm going to put a little, I've got some ribbon. I did some fork bows. You know how you tie bows around forks? I could use the purple because I've got a little bit of purple in that fabric. I could use some green fiber. I think I'll put a little bit of green fiber in there. I just want some little sticky uppies. You know what? I'm just going to tie a knot in it. That way the glue will hold it in a little bit tighter. And I'm not tying it right in the middle because I like the different lengths it's going to give me. So I'm just going to put a little drop of glue there. I'm going to stick this on here. And I'm going to put glue on the back of this. And again, because it's just paper, regular glue's going to... So I'm going to put a paper clip on this and let it sit for a little bit to hold. And then we will finish this one off. So this lovely one, even though it's blue, we're going to decorate this one up. I am going to use, you're limited by your imagination, right? You can use darn near anything you want. If you want to do things like tickets on them or coupons or whatever, the way you decorate the clothespin, yeah, my snowman clothespins. He's upside down, isn't he? You decorate it the way you like your stuff decorated. If you want birds, if you want flowers, if you want lace, I pulled out some of this onion netting that I like to use underneath things, things for texture. You have to just play, right? Like it's all about the play. I made some faux stitch because, again, as I say, I was working on the journals and I ran out of some of the stuff that I like to use. It's in here someplace. So I made some faux stitch because I was out of the flower ones. So I think let's start with, I get seed catalogs because I have a garden, and I start all my own bedding plants because I have a greenhouse. So I get lovely florally, that's, mind you, I could have it hanging off, right? And then build up there. Or I could have a small, let's do a small pink one. The 78's in blue because it was a page number. Okay, we'll use that one. I don't know if you can see it. I should move them closer and then you guys can tell me. I think I like this one with this. There's a little bit of pink, lots of blue. I could use the purple, but I think I really like the pink against that. Feedback, anyone? Something a little smaller, maybe? Nobody's talking to me? Okay, I'm going to go with my original choice. That one with the 78 in blue. Yeah, I like having fake postage stamps. I've got lots of train ones because basically that's, aside from my seed catalogs, I use, you cut out a little picture, you glue it onto a piece of white paper, and then you can use pinking shears. I have edging scissors, like those fancy edging, these things, Fisker, right? Yeah, faux postage. So oh, that's nice. Are you spinning, Dawn? I really liked washing, like right when the sheep were sheared, working with the raw wool and washing it so that you get the lanolin on your hands. I had no problem with dry, icky hands. Mind you, I was younger too, right? Anyway, back to what you're doing. So I just go around the edge with, these kinds of scissors, and it looks like postage stamps. So now I need to decide if I want it to go on the page sideways this way, on this way, or on the top of the page. How about if we do it so it's going to go over the top of the page? Oh, nice. And these are so simple to make, right? It's like you just, I don't know, little squares. These make, if you've got a really nice gel print to use as the background, and you have just a little fussy cut or a little punch of some sort, and you put it on, it works wonderfully as well. Okay, so I'm going to use this kind of down at the bottom. As I say, I'm going to have this so that it's going over the top of my page. So if that's going to go there, I used some lace there. I had lace. What did I do with the lace? I know I only cut a small piece of it. Oh, here we go, losing stuff on the desk again. There it is. I put the postage on it. So I think I'm going to, because they're both going in the same journal, I'm going to just trim this lace, chop another little bit off this lace, and I'm going to stick it so that it goes up. It's got little flowers on it too. It's got a bit of a kink in it. Does anybody iron lace? I don't know if I would have the want to do that. So are you going to felt it? Like, is that the way you're going to sculpt it, Dawn? Ah. So then I'm going to put this little piece out this side too. And let's take another little bit of that green that I know Kellyanne loves. That's the only time I iron. I lied. If I'm using Cricut stuff, I iron that too. If I'm, And this one I am going to do so that I've got them going all over the place. So I'm not going to tie a knot. Go like this. Like this. And when you do things like this way, you can always stick beads on the end if you want after, right? Like you're not really limited. So I'm going to go like that. So that corner mess is underneath that. Come on. Underneath that. And we'll just hold it for a minute. Yeah. I was never a big sewer, really. I've done quilts. I've done patchwork denim jackets. Now, I could consider that done. I could decide to add some bling to it. This one is dry now. So I'm going to add some bling to this one. So maybe I'll want to punch a hole and add some bling into this one. I don't know how well you can see it. Is it clear? Did I just make everybody seasick by dropping down so fast? I'm sorry. I've got these. I had taken apart a necklace. So I've got all kinds of dangly bits. I'm looking for a single blue. There we go. There's a single blue. And then it was nice working at the thrift store. I found so much stuff I could take apart. This it's like a choker kind of necklace, it looks like. And it has beautiful little metal flowers. I'm going to take that apart and use those as charms. And there's another single blue. Okay, we'll decide. Get the bulb pins because it's just easier. Instead of pulling out all the, wire wrapping stuff. So I'm going to put a bulb pin on this end. And I'm going to put the single blue one on there. Go. Ooh, what'd be really cute is if I had a blue sequin to put on that first. I'm just going to run and get my blue sequins, or some sequins. I know exactly where they are, believe it or not. I have a whole jar of them. Sorry. I have a whole jar of sequins. I need a blue one. So I'm going to take that bead off and I'm going to put on blue sequin. Come. Come, blue sequin, come. And then I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to do it up. Does that make sense to you? I'll put it on a page. Let's put it on this page. It'll have to go on this page because. So that's the way it would look on a page. This bead is far, far, far too big to be on the inside, though. So I think either way I do it, that wasn't very well thought out. I could do it as a top then, or I just have a very big bead. With the raised flower, I guess it's already quite big. Oh dear. I want that bead and sequin to be on the same side. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, right? It's there. So with this flower being so big, I guess that bead, it's just going to be a very bulky page. And I was going to do another dangle from that side, but I think maybe what I'll do, because I'm limited by my imagination, right? I'm going to take a piece of a little bit of blue velvet. Let's go all out here because I have no rhyme or reason to the way I do things. I just keep going until I like it. I'm going to stick it on this side, and I'm just going to tie a knot. It's stretchy blue velvet, and that matches that dark sequin really nicely. Oh, sorry, I have to do it off camera because it's very short and my hands are very dry and I can't get a grip. Get a grip, Kim, get a grip. All right. Kim got a grip. Okay, so then I just tied a little knot in it. So it's kind of like a ragtag. I don't know. We'll see. And there we have one paper clip. Yes, no? Do I need a couple more sequins on there, do you think? I think I need a couple more sequins. I'll think about it. So then, because I put blingy stuff on here, I'm thinking I should probably put a little bit of blingy stuff on here. I don't have to, but I could. So how about if I know what I've got? Let's just go under the desk for a minute and pull out this. This is where I keep lots and lots of little Kim bits. Like I have little glasses that I have cut out, like seeing glasses. I've got a bunch of my flowers. I've got fish. I've got different things. But what I was looking for was these little dots with holes in them. Okay. That can go back under the desk. This can get closed so I'm not stepping on it. And do I have nice blue? Betcha. I don't have a single blue. Look at that. No blue. Ah, I have a dark blue. I think I like that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to punch a little hole. Get out that little hole punch again. It's here. You know what? I've got a smaller one. Let's use the smallest one. It's a very wee little hole. And I'm just going to punch a little hole in this corner. And again, bulb pin. And I am going to put on a blue sequin because I put them all back. No, I didn't. Why, Kimberly. So I'm going to put on a sequin. And I just punch out like little rounds. I like to have them on hand because I add them to things, obviously. Close it. Come. And remember, this one we did so that it would be off the top of the page. So I'm just going to put it on the top of the page. Why doesn't my ball pin want to go this way? I want it to go that way because I needed a bigger hole, right? Okay. So there's that paper clip. Can we see? And this one comes off the top of the page. Fast, simple. It's upside down, Kim. So they're fast, they're simple. They don't take long to make. You can make many, many variations, So now I've got the 2 for the journal. I'll probably do one more. But they kind of flow, right? Because they've got the fabric, the lace, the green stuff, and a bit of a dangle. So that's 2 different kinds. This one has the one at the back. Let's decorate one of these ones where everything is hidden. Totally hidden paper clip, right? Again, I've got... Thanks, Dawn. I have a lot of fun making them because I'm really into whimsical stuff. So this is how this one would go onto a book page, a journal page. It sticks out just a little bit, but that's okay. It's the way it is. You could put some sort of lace edging on it. They do add much to a page. So if you had, you could do it for the top of the page, whatever. Put a little bit of lace edging on because it sticks up. Very pretty. This one I'm going to do totally different. Because even though it's for the floral journal, I have to I have to do it my way. So I have a bunch of, that's right. You could use it as a tab. You could, put like a, whatever, it'd be gorgeous. I take watercolor paints and I do swatches on the page and then I doodle on them. So since the other 2 are blue, I'm thinking I've got so many different colors in the book. I'm using the blue background. Might use that one. They're a little big. I could use a mushroom, but it's a floral journal. The mushrooms are upside down. Mushrooms. A tree. This one's cute. If I could find something similar in pink. That's cute. I cleaned my desk so that I would have room to do this. And I lied to myself because I don't have room. Purple's fun. How about this one? That one's close to pink. Yes, no? What do you think? This one? I like that. I like too many of them. Can somebody please step up? This one? Yes? This one? The pink one. This one. Okay. But again, like I say, I get into a thing and I have more of these, so I just, I enjoy it. It's just what I do. So I'm going to tear this down so that we've only got pink on. Oh, I guess I'm going to have a little bit of white. Little bit of white. That's okay. Because I have muck water. I have brown muck water right here. And I have paintbrushes right here. So I'm just going to edge this. With some brown. Just so it looks a little bit older. Because that's what I use my muck water for. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to move that out of the way. Because I have dipped my paintbrush in my tea. I have taken a drink of my muck water. Okay, so I've got this. Oh, and the ink is running. That's okay. You know what? It's going to just look older. It's fine. No sense getting all bothered about it. Yeah, it was my coffee. Oh, that was not my coffee. No. I'm drinking tea now. My coffee's done for the day. I'm on to tea. So how about if I take one of these little crocheted flowers that I do. I have so much stuff, folks. Take just a little crocheted flower. And I have leaves left over from, what was I putting leaves on the other day? Something had leaves on it. Can't remember what. Okay, so I've got some leaves. I'm going to use these leaves. This one's not edged, so I'm just going to edge that. Me too, Miriam. The thing is I make them and I don't use them. It's a lot of this stuff. I get on binges and sometimes it gets used and sometimes it doesn't. These don't have veins. What was I putting flowers on? Oh, I know. I remember. Goodness. So I'm going to put these down on here. And I'm going to use the side that has the that I didn't measure correctly for having it go all the way around. Because these are actually, I did two different kinds of leaves. When they're a little bit dry, I'm going to go around them with a marker and zigzag on the edge, just so that it looks like it's more like that one. That also needs green strings hanging. I always make my own ephemera. I don't know what to do with bought ephemera. Really. I just don't use it, really. So each of these strings, I'm actually going to take them and tie a knot off center on each so that it gives the glue a little bit of something to stick to. That way they're at various lengths. I think too with me, it's a case of I have to use this stuff up. And I have so much stuff. And then I make more, you know? So I'm just going to put a bit of glue right there. And I'm just going to stick these knots in the glue. Yeah, scrap busters are the best. I do a lot of scrap busting, except I've got all those silly paint chips. I can't say that they're silly paint chips. I love them. I appreciate the lady who got them for me to the nth degree. Like, she's one of my absolute best friends. I just have to come up with different ways to use them. And I'm kind of laughing because I'm only on day 7 and I have to come up with 93 more ideas for the rest of this 100-day challenge. I don't know that I can double up on anything. By the way, ladies, tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time, Kellyanne and I are doing a live together on her channel. It's in my description box below if none of you have been there. And we're doing a learn to crochet thing. I'm going to be showing basic crochet. Can I talk much? No. Basic crochet stitches. Should have done this. I could have done the paper clips into 3 different days, but I just do them. I just do them. So you know what? I really actually like the way that the ink bled. I want to put this on another piece of paper though, so that it's a little bit firmer. I had a scrap of white someplace. I've got the one that I was using for my postage stamps. The reason that I'm backing this onto another piece of paper to firm it up is when it's a paper clip and they're putting it on, taking it off, they can be a little bit heavy-handed. I can be heavy-handed with them. So I like to have a little bit of more structure and stability. Noon Central, yes. So that's, what is it, 1 o'clock Eastern, Kellyanne? Right, 1 Eastern, 12 Central. And I think then that would be 10 Pacific. Okay, so even though I tore that, I'm just going to quickly cut around it. And then I'm going to go and tear. And then I'll just put more of that muck water on. Okay, 6 p.m. Israel. Oh, nice. Yeah, my hands aren't a big fan of I mean, I did so much damage when I was working on that show that I was getting ready for, and it depends on the weather for how well my hands are doing. But because I'm not going to be crocheting constantly while we're doing the live, I can get away with. Sorry, I'm looking for my brush. um, just take another one, Kim. That because I'm not going to be crocheting constantly, it will be okay for me to teach. And I have crocheted because I've done. I did that big Afghan last year. I wanted to use up all my yarn because I figured that I'm not going to be doing much crocheting anymore. So I used up all my yarn and made a big Afghan. And it's 5.5 pounds. Heavy is whatever. Warm, love it. But so I did that and it didn't bother me. And now my daughter wants me to do that 6 foot long caterpillar. So I can do things in slower stages. I just can't mad dash the way I used to. The brush, yeah, I know. I put things down and it's like, what have I done? What have I done? So I'm just going to glue you across this corner like I did the other one. Okay, now I think that needs a little bit of a bling on it. It's going to go on the page. It could go any which way on the page, actually. It could go up and down. It could go off the side, go off that side. This one's a multi-directional. Good planning, because I didn't. How about if I've got some of this blingy stuff? Three of these down the side. Or I've got some lovely green hearts. I could just put one green heart at the corner. I think I like the one green heart. One green heart it is. See, I do buy this kind of stuff. I don't always use it, but I buy it. And actually, this, I think, was given to me in a gallon pail of beads. I kind of like that. Yes, no? Should I maybe touch the flower with a little bit of muck water? Yes. Okay. I will do that. Oh, yeah, that works. You're right. Good idea. Get out of the way. It's funny, my husband came down and he goes, "Why is there paint all over your monitor?" I was spatter painting. That was kind of a silly question to ask. Better? Can you see that? I can see that. little bit more. Just touch those places again. I can certainly see it. I don't know how well you can see it. I think that's a lovely little paper clip. I'll show it to you on this page right here. You know, I probably should have put one more layer under that flower. That's okay. It's definitely okay. So that could be the top of the page. Why am I holding my? It's like my computer is upside down or backwards. Or it could be the side of a page, right? Like, oh, no, I guess not. Now that I've put the heart on it, it can only go one way, so it's the top of the page. But again, like I say, little bit of lace across the top. You know, maybe I can do that. It's a nice little rectangular piece of lace. If I fold it in half, and put it on the back, that could be very cute. Yeah, lace is good. Let's put the lace on. Might as well make it absolutely spectacular, right? If you're going to do the work, make it count. So, if I want it to go in half, do. Stick down, stick down, stick down. Nope, stick down. I think what I need is a piece of plastic. I have a piece of plastic that's not got something in it. How about this? I have a coffee lid. Okay, so one side decided that it would stick, kind of. Put another layer of glue. And because this is just going to be over the edge of the page, I can put a little string across the bottom of this lace, like where it's glued, so that okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way onto there, because the glue won't stick to this plastic foil stuff. And I'm going to take clothespins. I'm going to hold it down. Okay, we're going to give that a couple of minutes to work and see what happens. Is that glary in people's eyes? Sorry. I'll move it over here. Okay. No, that's not good. Over there. So we have done one of each kind of paper clip. We did this one that the paper clip is just halfway hidden. Still think this needs a little bit more. I think a lot of it has to do, there we go. I've got the bulb pin right in the middle of it now. Think I should put a little green heart here because I've got the green heart on that one? I think so. Might as well make them match as much as possible so that it flows, you know. So I think I want to put it like right here, right there. Little green heart. And I don't really trust the sticky stuff that comes on these. That's why I put glue down. Yeah, Kellyanne loves green. Think that finishes it off? It's got the blue sequin. I guess I could have used a blue stone. I've got blue bling, but too late. We've got a green heart. Because there are going to be hearts throughout the journal as well, because it's the love of flowers is what I'm calling this one. And then this one, should I put a little green heart up here or here? Will it be too much? You don't like hearts? I love hearts. I never used to like them either, but I do now. They're so much fun to decorate. Do you think this one's fine the way it is? Like, I mean, we've got the green string on all three of them. We've got the lace on all three of them. Think this one gets left the way it is? Okay. Nobody's answering. I will just leave it the way it is. So even though this is green and blingy, you don't like my dangly heart? Yeah, they're all the same but different. Like it's kind of what I'm going for, right? Like even the pages that I'm doing, I've used the same papers in different ways throughout. So I figured, 3 different paper clips would be plenty. Any questions, suggestions, ideas? See, I got these kinds of things too that I do. You just sit and do it. But I don't know. I kind of like my hearts. I have a lot of fun making hearts. It's a great way to use brayer offs. This 100-day challenge, I don't know where it is. I know that a lot of people do it. I just kind of watch to see when somebody does 100-day. It's also called the 100-day project. So you do a project a day for 100 days. Each step of a journal is alive. I can do that. Of course, I do my journals. No prompts. No prompts, Dawn. That's why, I mean, there are people who do 100 days, like, or the ICAD a day will have prompts for some people. The Inktober can have prompts. This one doesn't. It's just 100 days. Do your own thing. Yeah, I just make my own projects. I kind of see what I am running low on, and I use it as a mass making opportunity. Or not. Like I didn't do 100 crochet strings because I didn't. I can do pockets and envelopes. Did you see the accordion pockets I did the other day? I did this one on my live last week. Show how to make these paper flowers. These ones. So anyway, this one is why I decided that I needed to make the strings, because normally I have some kicking around, but I had to do this. So it's a envelope pocket folder accordion thing. That was day 3. Yep, I could do those paper flowers. So if anybody else is good, if you guys want to do that with me, you need cheap toilet paper, like single ply toilet paper, a roll of that. You don't even need a whole roll. A stiff paintbrush, almost like a stenciling brush, and a silicone mold of some sort. Yeah, those. It's very simple to make those up. Those go really fast. Do I add glue to these? To these, Anne? Do I have a list of projects? Oh, you missed the accordion folder? That was my last live. My pop-up. No, I started it on Friday, and I did the pop-up, finished it up early Saturday morning. No, these are, I can explain it. Single ply of toilet paper, you cut it into really thin strips. So it's like 1/4-inch strips, and you soak them in water. Or you get them wet. You don't want them too wet. So you take them and you start pushing them into your mold, a strip at a time. And you don't want them overly wet, but you don't want them too dry. So like you give it a bit of a spritz, you stuff some in, give it a spritz, stuff some in. And you pop them out, let them harden, and they're like this. So I have no idea how much I think I used for all these. I did some with coffee water. Those ones are easier to see. I tried those. But yeah, you can put a drop of color into your water. These ones, like I say, the very first video I did years ago, I made these because somebody asked how to make them. And it's just water and toilet paper, and you really stuff them in hard into the mold. And there's no glue, but they're flexible, but they're really sturdy. Like I'm bending those. Yeah, the coffee dyed ones turned out really kind of nice. And of course, I brushed more over the top of them. But yeah, they're simple, but I could do that. You know what? You could probably it depends on what it would be used for. Yeah, metallic paint, limited. Like do them however you want. But maybe Friday I'll do these. What do you think? Will you guys have your molds by then? The other thing that I've used it other than silicone molds, I have chocolate molds for making like little chocolates. You can use those too. Okay, so Friday we'll do paper flowers, pressed paper flowers. Are these the wax seals? No, these are paper. These are totally paper. Really pressed hard toilet paper. They do look like wax seals, especially if you add a bit of color to the water that you're using. What time on Friday? It'll be 12:45. Oh, sorry. Here. Am I in focus? No. Where would be? I can't get it to focus that close. But yeah, no, those, it's paper. So I have different silicone molds. I have flowers and I have musical ones. I will have to find them. They are someplace. I just saw them. Um, so yeah, so you need like a stiff bristle brush, like a stiff bristle paint brush, and silicone mold or a chocolate mold, a roll of cheap toilet paper. True, Anne. Definitely true. Yeah, like a stencil brush. Like but you need to be able to, because this mold has a lot of crevices, you need something that will get into them. No burning your fingers, no. And the thing is that even though this mold is very, very deep, right? It's pretty darn thick. I bet you could do it thinner. You know, you wouldn't have to do it quite as thick. You wouldn't have to fill it right up. What about like a chocolate mold, Kellyanne? What else could you use? Let me think. Texture plate, maybe? They do take a little bit to dry. So have a tray of wax paper or something by you that you can pop them out onto to dry. What else? No, water, single ply toilet paper, and some sort of molds. I know I just saw my molds, but it'll give me an excuse to do some more cleaning, right? Hmm. See, I have 3 rooms. I'm only supposed to have 2 rooms of where my supplies are. But because some of the walls are down and a lot of my shelving is down because of other renovations we're doing, everything's in buckets everywhere. And I have moved out of those 2 rooms into this one. Those could be very cute, Kellyanne. You know what? I think I'm going to try it on my texture plates. My daughter got me texture plates for Christmas. They're the ones for Fimo. And I use them for doing rubbings and that kind of thing. But I bet you they would work just fine for this. But I've got like musical notes, and I've used them for, I got my husband to do some epoxy ones for me. So I've got like these beaded ones actually work great on the spine. You know, they make, but the problem is you kind of have to stitch them on. And then See, I have stuff I have to use. I've got musical notes and some sort of flowery kind of stuff. I have not found, maybe you guys can help me. That works. What do you use for sticking epoxy things onto paper? I haven't found a glue that works. I stitch mine down and hey Paula, how are ya? Beer caps would work, sure. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm just going banoonies looking for my silicone molds. Anyway, that's Friday. Friday, we're going to be making paper flowers. So, silicone mold, water, a stiff paintbrush, like a little hog bristle brush, and toilet paper. Thimble could be cute. Could probably even use like a wax seal stamp thing. Might even be able to use the silicone stamps. You could probably do it on a button. So anyway, that will be Friday. Paper flowers. Yeah. I'm sure that they should work. Stress? What? Why are you stressed? Are you stressed? That could be cute. Ah, I see. No, I was showing because I used one of my paper flowers, pressed paper flowers. These are the paper clips I made today. I did this one and this one. These are using different paperclip wrapping techniques. And oh, let's see if this one's dry. Take my oh, the glue's still wet, but it's holding. And this one. But this has curled. And that one. So these are the three done. Whoa. What am I getting stuck on? Dry fingers and lace. Ah, I getcha. I'm not going to be able to do the 7 o'clock one. I want to go to the Defy Angels. They are corsages for your journal. You know what else works really nice for making little flowers? I have to show you. We'll do a day on that too. You know those People can be so irritating. You get those flower lays at the dollar store and they have a clear bead between and they've got these layers. If you take these and you roll them up and you kind of gather them, you get a lovely little flower with all these little petals. And then you can take some floral tape or glue and you just kind of twist the bottom. And those make lovely little flowers on these things too. Sometimes I'll cut it so that I can roll it easier. I'll show you. You just cut to the center. Then you just kind of roll it. Roll and gather and roll and gather and roll and gather. And one of those lays will make you a whack load of lovely little flowers. Well, Paula, you can, like you say, you can rewind. And you can double speed it so I talk like a chipmunk. That's always fun. But I could definitely show various ways I've made flowers for my projects between this and I love making crepe paper roses. You know, my husband was thinking that too. He said, I should just go down, grab 15 different things, drop them on your desk, and say, yeah. Yeah, because you do know that when you watch videos, you can speed them up, right? There's like the 3 little dots, and you can up the speed so that it doesn't take quite as long. And then I will talk like a chipmunk. Very fast. And you can always slow it down if something tweaked your interest. Making flowers from stuff would be good. Okay. I will do that. We're doing the paper ones on Friday. We could do that Tuesday for the use day afternoon, using up. Yes. Oh, yes. That would be awesome. But seriously, like, that's a cute little flower and it doesn't weigh much, you know? And they look lovely when they're. Do I have a piece of scotch tape here? I thought I had scotch tape here. Oh, maybe. No, I don't. But anyway, they really do. They make lovely little flowers. Uses for craft wire. Oh, yes. I could give you uses for craft wire too. I don't know. I don't think there's a slower speed than regular. But that would be kind of fun. Sloth along with Kim. No, it'd be crawl along with Kim. I like it. Old zippers, yeah. I've got a bin full of old zippers. They're fun to play with too. They also make flowers. Like, you take them apart and you roll them, and you've got the teeth. The Kim crawl, yeah. Yeah, I could show multitudes of ways of making flowers. I'll also show you how to make really cute decorative name place settings for KKK. No, please not, Anne. No, no, no. Excess thread. Excess thread. So I bought a spool of thread. It was all in a really, really nice plastic wrapper. So I took the plastic wrapper off, and the entire bottom blew out of this thread. So I have this. It's lovely. So I just chop off hunks of this and I glue it down like we did the other morning when I was doing the faux tickets. Yeah. So, yeah, I have uses for that kind of stuff too. Believe it or not, because I've got it. So and and I feel bad about throwing it out, but it's really kind of useless. You know? Yeah. Yes. Like I was thinking, where's that one? This one? This is just sewing thread, right? Just white sewing thread. And I just looped it through a green heart, Kellyanne, a green heart sequin. And it's paper clip, but it's a lovely little dangle. Everything's a craft supply until proven otherwise, according to Pam from the Paper Outpost. And I follow her, so we're upside down again, Kim. This way. So I do use my threads, or I will take hole punch holes and put them on both sides so the thread is sandwiched between, and it gives lovely little dangles. You don't control thread, it controls you. It goes down, and you just have to do with it what you will. Or, once it's down, this thread up here was because I stitched this down onto the paper on the clothespin. But I have snippets of fabric. Where's that one? Snippets of fabric. Are you it? No. But I have lots of dangly things, just threads, right? It's what I do. Anyway, I take like little, maybe a strip of fabric half as wide as this, and I will stitch a sequin down with a bead on it to hold it in place. And I have had a bin of all that kind of stuff, so I could just add it as I went. Clear pen barrels. Those make great linings for those big, long, wrapped beads. And the points, like where I had that thing I showed Anne the other day, we were talking about it. The ends of pens. Do I have pen with an end? You get the ones with the silver and they come off. I use those like bead caps. If I want to control it enough to attach things to it, then I have it on a needle and I do it that way. And like I'll do a couple of little stitches. Yeah, long beads. They're great on the spine dangles on journals. That I don't do because I've got a really big bag of fiber fill that I've had forever, and I'm just trying to use it up. But my girlfriend used to use, she was a seamstress, so she kept all her, when she was cutting the seam allowances after she zigzagged them, she kept all those in a big bag and she used to make cat and dog beds. Wool lint. Wow. You know what that would work great for? Like flocking inside a drawer on jewelry boxes. If you put the glue down, tint the glue with a little bit of the same color as the dust and put that down and then put that stuff in and it sticks and it's like the lining on in jewelry boxes. You can also do that on a piece of paper. Put it on a piece of paper and then sprinkle it on like you would glitter glue. And then you have like fiber paper. Get stuffing, man. Well, felt, yeah. Nice. Nice. Very nice. See, like, can't let things go to waste. I have a very hard time. Hence, you know, this. I've got some green too. I was using green. My girlfriend just did a absolutely stunning landscape. She wet felted it and she's doing a wall hanging and oh my, it's stunning. Wow, I have been on for close to 2 hours, ladies. See, black muck water would be great, especially, for like around these ones. Like that brown water, just you can barely see it, but this sure stiffened up. But yes, well, folks, this has been an absolute blast. An hour and 43 minutes. That's a long video. I appreciate you guys being here. I love the feedback. I love to play. I love to share what I do. And yeah, Froggy, I saw that. They were very cute and cheese. Yes. Everyone be well. I will see you Friday, no, I will see you tomorrow at noon on Kellyanne's channel for the crocheting stuff. Friday, we're doing these paper flowers, and I think that will keep me busy enough that I won't do a pop up between now and then, but I may just do one on the weekend. No problem, Paula. Life gets in the way of living. We all know that it happens. I'm glad you could make it, though. Love you guys all, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Thanks for coming. Yes, Kellyanne, see you tomorrow and maybe later this evening for your stitch along. Bye.